Welcome to boot camp. We'll begin with some gentle movement as we're Friday morning here. So we'll take a nice wide stance. We're going to start with a shift, squat shift, kind of our new warm up here. So slowly starting to shift to one side, reaching arms out, lifting back to the center, squatting down as low as comfortable, standing back up, and then shifting to the other side. So you can get as low as comfortable. We're really easing into things here. Doing this class in the morning, so you can just keep it nice and slow. Appreciate that stretch from the shifting, and then each of these movements starting to bring some warmth to the legs. Spend a little more time here. Let's get 15 more seconds. Nice and easy, taking some deep breaths. Inhaling as we lower down and exhale as we stand. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, we'll bring arms out to a T, going to our windmills. So starting to hinge forward to reach towards the knee, shin, or toes. Lifting back to the center and hinge forward. Lift to the center. And again, with this one, we are driving the hips forward, giving the glutes a little squeeze. Trying to activate those muscles as we hinge and lift. Getting a nice reach back with that arm too to open up the chest. Stretch out the shoulders. We get 10 more seconds here. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we'll just take some arm swings, whatever direction is comfortable, making sure we're aware of our surroundings, not hitting anything. Good, then we'll switch it up, switch directions, maybe try out vertical. You can go for those full circles. Really whatever movements feel good for the shoulders this morning. We're gonna loosen them up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Moving into some jumping jacks. First way to kind of ease into a little bit of cardio here. So option of low impact, which is our tap to the side, or you can go for the full jumping jack if you're feeling that this morning. We'll stay here for about 20 seconds. Give it a nice big arm motion. Staying light on the feet. 10 more seconds here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll give everything a good shake. All right, so feel free to continue stretching as I'm kind of explaining class here today. So with boot camp, we have 5 main exercises we're going to go through 3 times each. With every exercise, it's going to be 45 seconds of work with a 15-second break to transition to the next exercise. After each full round, our active recovery is going to be some core work down on our mats. So we'll go through, and all of that 3 times is the goal, as long as I can keep my chatting to a minimum. So our first exercise is going to be thrusters. So we'll need some dumbbells. We're going to begin with dumbbells at the shoulders. Feet can be hip width apart or slightly wider, whatever is comfortable with your squat. We're going to squat down and use some momentum to press those weights overhead, so making it kind of a snappy movement here. After thrusters, we're going to do some side lunges or a shift and press out. So I'll show you the shift first. This is our low impact option. So weight is going to start at the chest. We're going to slowly shift just like we did in our warm up, pressing that weight out, pull back to the center as we stand, and then switch the other side and pull back. So the side view here, and we're pushing hips behind us, bringing that weight out, lifting to the center, and same thing on the other side. The higher impact option is stepping out. So stepping into the side lunge, bring that weight out, lifting back up, stepping out, lifting back up. And then from there, I'm just gonna call them out as we go, but those are our first 2, just so you have a little heads up with those. So again, we're gonna get ready here. Thrusters first, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We'll pick up our dumbbells, get ready here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So weights at the shoulders, squatting, giving a nice snappy press to the top. Again, pushing your hips back with that squat. Getting as low as comfortable, especially being our first exercise of the day here. And ease into it. Exhaling as we press overhead. Good. Keep it moving here. Nice smooth tempo. A little momentum for that press. Last 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll keep one dumbbell, or if you're working with light dumbbells, to give 2 a try. We're gonna hold it at the chest to start. Either our shift, or you can step it out for a side lunge. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So lowering down, pressing that weight out, pulling it to the center, bring it down, out, pull it to the center. So again, we are really pushing those hips behind us and giving the shoulder blades a squeeze as we pull that weight back in. With this movement, getting a nice stretch in those hamstrings as we lower down. A little bonus. Good. 15 seconds left. If you are stepping, try to be light with that landing. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, we're going to head down to the ground, down to the mat. You just need one dumbbell. You can have 2 if you'd like. We're doing Renegade rows. So 1 push-up, 1 row. You can do push-up on the knee or toes. And then we'll row up to the side, push up, row to the other side. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And 1 push-up, 1 row. You can always lift up to the toes too. If you want a little extra challenge with that row or with the push-up, really play around. Find what feels best this morning. Really squeezing that shoulder blade tight. We have 15 seconds, home stretch. Final 10. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can take a stretch back. We'll stay down on our mats. Next up, we're going to start with alternating curls. We'll be seated for these. So feet can be down or hovering. We're going to curl one up as we bring the other one down. So a little bit of a challenge with the core just to keep everything balanced. And then we'll move right into seated overhead extensions halfway through. So we'll begin here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And so we're leaning back. If you want to challenge, you can lift those feet off the mat. Trying to get that full range of motion with the curls. As low as you can go without touching the ground, and all the way up to the shoulders. We'll get ready to transition to our overhead extensions in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1 or 2 dumbbells seated tall. We'll start to bring that weight down towards upper back and pressing overhead. The back's a little bit tight. You can take a lean back as long as we're bracing that core nice and tight. You can always take more of a bend in the legs too. Home stretch. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. All right. No weights needed for our final exercise. We'll make our way to standing here. Give a little extra break as I explain. We're going to a knee or a lunge and high knee. So we have 2 options here. First option, lunging back. Then as we stand, we're going to drive that knee through. Again, stepping as low as comfortable and finding that balance as we hold for a second here. Second option is going to be adding a hop at the top for a little extra challenge. So taking a lunge back, then hopping as we bring it up. You can take time to reset as needed. We'll spend half our time on one leg and then we'll switch to the other. So we'll get ready here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we are lunging back, driving that knee through. You can keep it whatever tempo you'd like. Option to add that hop for a little extra spice. We'll get ready to switch in 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Switch legs. Keep it going here. Work to coordinate those arms the best you can. Really trying to keep everything involved here. 10 more seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Active recovery. We're headed down to the mat for some core work. No weights needed for any of these exercises. So we're going to start off on our backs with a long lever crunch. The legs are going to be lifted in the air as straight as comfortable, obviously. Feel free to keep a bend if you have tight hamstrings like I do. Hands will start overhead, and the motion is sitting up to give the mat a tap and lowering nice and slow on the way down. So again, sit up, tap, and then slow, slow, slow. We'll spend 30 seconds here. We'll get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So sit up, tap the mat, control on the way down. Working to keep that back grounded down to your mat. If you want to play around, make it even more challenging, you can start to bring the legs forward so they're at an angle not stacked over the hips. Just an option. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, we're going to hip crossovers. So the hands are going to be at our sides. Legs are again going to start lifted. And from here, we're going to slowly start to lower down towards the side, pull back up using the core, and then switch the other side, getting as low as comfortable where we can keep that upper body flat on the mat. So a good way to get started with this is taking more of a bend. So you have a little bit shorter lever to work with. It's easier to control, and then to get even more advanced, even more challenged, start to straighten them out. So we'll get ready here in 30 seconds in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lowering as far as comfortable. Slowly pull back up, focusing on using the core. Just nice and slow. We're taking our time here. And the arms are just there for a little stability. Shouldn't be putting too much weight into them. Awesome work. Home stretch. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can drop the legs down. All right, last active recovery is double bounce bicycles. So legs start at 90 degrees. Elbows are nice and wide with the hands just gently supporting the neck. From here, we're going to bounce twice, just pulsing, continuing this pattern for 30 seconds and trying to get that leg extended out as far as we can. We'll get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And bounce, bounce. Setting a little pulse. Extra challenge. A little twist on our bicycle crunch. Here we go. We're staying strong. Not too much left. We're already over halfway. Final 10 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, all right. Can roll it up, make your way to standing. We'll give you actual recovery. If you want to quick grab a sip of water, give us about 15 seconds. Then we're headed back to the top. So we'll try to go even quicker through this round, but feel free to take additional breaks as needed. But We're back to thrusters. 5-ish second warning, can pick up your weights. In 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we are squatting, using a little momentum to press those weights overhead, making it a snappy movement. Maybe noticing it a little bit lower as our body is even more warm this time around. We're halfway through. Really pushing those hips back behind us. Pressing those weights up strong overhead. Great job, 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. 15-second break, going to our side lunge or shift with that press out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So we are in either shifting as we press that weight out, squeezing shoulder blades, we pull it in, alternating sides. You're really pushing those hips back behind us. Maybe getting a little stretch in those hamstrings. Nice bonus. If you do take the stepping option, just try to stay as light as you can as we land on that foot. Awesome work. We have 10 seconds left. Home stretch. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll make our way down to the ground. Back to Renegade Row. So 1 push-up, 1 row is our pattern. You can either use 1 or 2 dumbbells. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And 1 push-up, getting as low as comfortable. 1 row, squeezing that shoulder blade as we pull that weight up. And of course, bracing the core throughout, but especially as we row, we're getting a little imbalance there. So we'll work to keep ourselves stable. Move at your own pace. Feel free to stretch back when you need to. Here we go, 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll stay on our mat. Moving to our alternating curls, right into that overhead tricep extension. So about 22-ish seconds each. We'll get started with curls first in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Leaning back, lifting the chest, alternating those curls. Working to stay stable in the center, which means we're drawing belly button towards the spine for that strong base. If you want to challenge, you can lift those feet. We'll get ready to switch to our tricep extensions in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Either 1 or 2 dumbbells. Trying to sit up as tall as we can. Bring that weight down towards the upper back. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as we press. You got not too much left. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Woo. We'll make our way to standing, back to our lunge and high knee, option of a hop. Again, switching halfway through. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So stepping back as low as comfortable in the lunge, driving that knee through, and you can add hop to speed it up. Just making sure we land nice and soft on that foot. And throughout, we're keeping that chest lifted tall and proud. We'll switch legs in 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, stepping back opposite leg and driving that knee through. Working to stay stable and balanced. 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Already back to our core work. Nice active recovery. We'll head down to our mats, beginning with our long lever crunch. So you can roll all the way back and legs start in the air. Can either be stacked over the hips or slightly forward for an extra challenge to really engage that core. We'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sitting up, tapping the mat, and slowly going all the way down. A nice stretch in the shoulders at the bottom. Good bonus. Really focus on keeping that back as flat as you can on the mat. Awesome job. Home stretch. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can relax for a moment here. Getting ready for our hip crossovers. Hands by our sides, knees bent or straighter for an extra challenge. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So slowly lowering them to the side as far as you can where shoulders are flat. Pulling back up using the core and nice and slow. The hands, arms are there for a little assistance. We shouldn't be pressing too hard into them. If you find yourself doing that, just back off a little bit with how low you're going down. You can really focus on using the core to lift. We're in our home stretch here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, you can finish it out. Take a little breather, 15 seconds. Back to double bounce bicycles for our final active recovery. So we'll start to get set up here. Legs are lifting up to 90 degrees. Hands are behind the head, elbows nice and wide. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So a double bounce, little pulse with that bicycle for an extra challenge, an extra second to hang out in that twist. There we go. Keep it up. Ten seconds left. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can grab behind the knees, make your way to standing, whatever pace you'd like. Feel free to grab a sip of water. You have about 20 seconds here. So we get started with round 3. And I'm realizing I totally had like a 30-minute class in my head, so we will have time for another round after this. Just thinking about that, I'm like, I have so much time. That's why. But anywho, we'll get started in 10 seconds here. We're back to thrusters. Getting those weights up to the shoulders, getting your squat stance. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Round 3. In 45 seconds. Strong squat and press overhead. And making a snappy press. Using some momentum from that squat. Get nice and low, really sitting those hips back as we squat. Awesome work. You have about 10 seconds left. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish out. Good. Getting ready for our side lunge or shift with a press out. We'll get started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Slowly shifting, pressing that weight, giving the shoulder blades a squeeze as we pull it in, alternating sides. You can keep this one nice and slow to really focus on quality of movement, getting that little stretch. If you want to hold for a second at the bottom. Good, and with our step again being soft on our landing. 10 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll make our way to the mat. Everyone's favorite, Renegade Row. We got 1 push-up, 1 row. We can alternate between knees, toes, whatever's feeling good today. We'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1 push-up, 1 row. We're going to keep the core brace nice and tight, drawing belly button towards the spine. Getting as low as comfortable in that push-up, where we can keep that back nice and flat, maintain that form, and looking for quality over quantity. Plenty of time. 10 seconds left. And final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll take a quick stretch back, deep breath. And then we'll stay down on the mat. We're back to our curl overhead tricep extension combo. We're sitting up nice and tall, chest lifted, slight lean back. We'll begin with curls in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So alternating sides. Bring up to the shoulders, as close to the ground as you can get without touching. And feet lifted for a challenge. We'll get ready to switch to tricep extensions in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, sitting up nice and tall. Overhead extensions, really focusing on bracing that core tight. Here we go. Getting that full range of movement if we can, all the way down, all the way up, extending those arms. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll set the weights aside, make our way to standing. We're back to our lunge and high knee, getting a little over 22 seconds per side, beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So stepping back, coordinate the arms, driving that knee through. Option to add a hop at the top, as long as we can land softly on those toes. Good. We're ready to switch legs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides and stepping back, opposite leg, driving that knee through. And that chest lifted nice and tall. 10 seconds. Pushing through the end. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Ooh, headed down to the ground. We're back to our active recovery core round. Same 3 exercises. Starting off with our long lever crunch. So we'll make our way all the way down to the mat. Legs lifted either above the hips or slightly forward for an extra challenge. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sitting up as tall as we can. Giving the ground a little tap. And nice and slow on the way down. And that good stretch in the shoulders, the chest at the top. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can relax. 15-second breather. Next up is our windshield wipers. So again, we're setting our hands down for a little support, lifting those legs up. Straighter is harder. We'll get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, nice and slow. As far as you can go, where you can keep those shoulder blades grounded. not be relying too much on the arms for help. So you really want to focus on lifting with those core muscles. You go slow and controlled. Home stretch here, about 5 seconds left. Try to get one more. Here's 3, 2, 1, and you can relax. 15-second breather, you can stretch. We'll get excited, get ready for our double bounce bicycles. So legs will come up to 90 degrees, elbows nice and wide, hands gently behind the head. We'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So double bounce, double bounce. Just spending a little extra time as we twist and try to extend that leg out as far as we can. Here we go, final 10 seconds. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. And take a moment, ease the chest, take a deep breath. When you're ready, we'll roll our way up to standing and one more bonus round because not a morning person, forgetting it's a 45-minute class. For sure knew it, but planning it, I was like 30 minutes. But anywho, so last time with each of these exercises, we have 45 seconds to work, given it all we've got. And of course, that 15-second rest between. We're back to our thrusters. You can grab your weights, start to bring them up to the shoulders. Assume your squat stance. We'll get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Last time with thrusters. Getting as low as comfortable in that squat. Really powering those weights overhead and use that momentum. A strong press, control the weights on the way down. Here we go, we are over halfway through. Staying strong here. And down to 10 seconds. Get a couple more here, getting a little bit lower if we can. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can relax. 15-second break, and we just need the one dumbbell for our side shift or side lunge. Last time, slow and steady in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, lowering down, pressing hips behind us, pulling back up, squeezing the shoulder blades tight. Just getting as low as comfortable. You can take time in between sides to reset. Give the glutes a good squeeze as we stand ourselves up. We have 20 seconds left. Making them count. Last time here. Here we go, 10 seconds. Try to get one more on each side. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 15 seconds break. We'll make our way to the ground. Last time with our Renegade Row, you can set yourself up 1 or 2 dumbbells, 1 push-up, 1 row. We'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. As low as you can with that push-up, maintaining good form, flat back. You can take time in between each movement to kind of reset yourself. Change out between knees and toes. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself up on the toes. We got 10 seconds left. And final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can finish it out. Good. We'll take a stretch back. One deep breath. A little extra time here. We'll make our way to a seat. You know the drill. We have our seated curls. And this time with our tricep extension with our last round, I'll throw a little challenge option if you'd like. Instead of going for the full extension, you can go for a little extra burn with pulsing halfway the whole time. So just an option, throwing it out there just for fun. We'll get started with curls first in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lifting the chest, leaning back to engage the core. Working to keep ourselves stable in the center. So we get that full curl, as close to the ground as we can get, all the way up to the shoulders. We'll get ready to switch to our overhead extension option of the pulse in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1 or 2 dumbbells. Sitting up tall, either full extension or a little extra burn, halfway. Really focus on engaging that core to keep ourselves strong and stable here. 10 seconds left. Breathing through. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll press the weight up, over. Can set them aside. Make our way to standing for our final round of lunge and high knee. Have about 10 seconds here. Pick whatever side you want to start with. We'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Stepping back as low as comfortable. Driving that knee through. Trying to coordinate those arms. And getting the whole body involved. Really exaggerating that arm movement. Ooh, keeping your balance. We'll get ready to switch legs in 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, stepping back opposite leg and driving that knee through. Getting as low as you can in that lunge. Maybe playing around with that hop. We're almost there. Final 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Good. Woo. We'll wrap things up down on our mat. Final 1.5 minutes of work here. Back to long lever crunch. That'll be the first one we knock off our active recovery core. So bring legs up and either stacked over the hips, or you can play around with going slightly forward for that extra flourish little challenge to finish out. We'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, sitting up, tap of the mat, control all the way down. And exhaling as we sit up, inhale on the way down. Awesome work. 10 seconds left here. Keeping that back nice and flat. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll get 15 seconds rest. Next up, we have our windshield wipers. Slowly start to get set up here. Again, arms to the side for a little anchor, a little support. Legs are lifted. We'll begin in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Slowly lowering down as far as you can. Keep it controlled. Keep those shoulder blades flat on the mat. Do not rely too much on those arms. And lifting nice and strong with the core. Inhale down and exhale to lift. Home stretch here. We have 5 seconds left. Try to get one more in. In 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. 15-second break. All we have left is our double bounce bicycle. Fun one to finish on. We'll start to get ourselves set up here. Bringing the legs to 90 degrees, stacking the knees right over the hips. Arms are out, or elbows are out nice and wide, I should say. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. Last 30 seconds. Getting a little bounce on our bicycle, trying to extend that leg out. Keep that back rounded to the mat. Keeping those elbows wide, we can do this. We go, 10 seconds left. Last push. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo! We'll stay on our mats for a cool down stretch quick here. Beginning with a full body stretch so we can straighten the legs out, take up some space, take some deep breaths. Just let the body relax, start to bring the heart rate down, just let everything settle. Let's get one more deep breath. Good. From here, we'll take a bend in the knees, so planting the feet on the mat. We'll take some windshield wipers, just gently letting the knees fall off to either side, just a gentle refresher on the low back and hips. Deep breaths. Good. We'll find some stillness with the legs, crossing the left foot over the right knee. You can either keep it here, applying just light pressure, should feel a stretch in the side of that leg, or for a deeper stretch, you can gently pull that right leg up, clasp the hamstring with the hands, and hold. Which, if you're here, you can roll up the ankle, you can gently rock side to side to massage the back. We'll take 2 deep breaths wherever you're at. Good. After that second deep breath, we'll slowly set the right foot down. Keep that leg crossed over. We're going to gently let it fall off to the side for a gentle twist. You can keep your gaze up at the ceiling. Keep that leg crossed. Let the leg settle towards the ground. Take one more deep breath. Good. We'll slowly pull those legs back up to the center. Switching sides, we'll bring that left foot down, right foot crosses over. Same options, you can either hang out here, just applying light pressure to that right leg, or you can pull in on that left hamstring for a deeper stretch. Definitely feeling this one. You can add whatever movements feel good, so you can start to kind of rock like I am, roll out the ankle. Take 2 deep breaths. Good. After the second deep breath, we'll slowly just set that left foot down if it's not already. Keeping the right leg crossed over, but let it gently fall off towards the side as low as comfortable. Just let the legs kind of settle. Should feel a nice stretch in the IT band into the glutes, hamstrings. There's a little stretch with the back here too with that gentle twist. Take 1 deep breath. Good. And we'll slowly start to pull those legs back to the center, uncrossing the right foot. We'll grab behind the knees and just take a couple roll-ups, as many or as few as you'd like, making your way to a butterfly stretch with feet together in the center, pressing down lightly on the knees with elbows. We'll just hold here for 2 deep breaths. Really nice stretch for the hip flexors, inner thigh, especially after those side shifts, side lunges. Good. After that second deep breath, you can slowly just shift yourself back, make your way to standing for our final stretch here. We'll hit the quads and shoulders. Option to hang on to something for balance. We'll gently start to bring one foot up. Little pull, should feel a really nice stretch in the front of the leg. And if the balance is there, you can slowly start to lift the arm, opposite arm overhead. And the stretching through the shoulder, taking whatever movements feel good, so you can roll the wrists. Your balance is really there today. You can swing the arm around, maybe take some shoulder rolls instead. Good, we'll take one more deep breath. And we'll slowly start to release everything, shake it out, and switching sides. Again, Slowly bring that foot up, gentle pull, nice stretch in the front of the leg. And if you're feeling it, you can bring that other arm overhead. Taking whatever movements feel good, you can play around. We'll take one more deep breath. Good, we'll slowly release, give everything a good shake. That's all I have for boot camp. Thank you so much for joining me today.